lines 95 through 106.
Not on the handout, but no.
Alright, so I'll start off with the definitions. They're on the handout. I guess I can read them, but that way you don't have to write them down. So vision is the conception of the ideal and realistic future. For RDB in this case, and it's in lines 95 through 106, it's all about Anna's vision. So basically, the next one is downsizing, which means to reduce in number or size, and this has to do with in the paragraph, whatever. Anna's plans to reduce the number of workers and reduce the size and the output of the factory in Denmark. Okay, offshored means moved into a foreign country, and in this context, she's planning on moving to Brazil, India, and China for production, low labor and everything. Okay, the next one is workforce planning, which is a continual process to meet the needs and priorities of an organization. And here, the idea of structural for flat or tall, like the organization structure. And that has to do with the next one. She wants to appoint senior managers, which would be obviously one manager in charge of the particular factory. So, like I said, it's in light of the organizational structure. Okay, the next vocab word is redundant, which means unnecessarily repetitive in nature. And she uses this word to describe what the low labor jobs will become, especially in Denmark, because they'll just be overlapping and pointless. The next word is recruited, which means sought for and hired, and she uses this word to describe what she's going to do for the low labor workers in the new countries of Brazil, India, and China. And then the last word is costs, which kind of self-evident, but price. The price is required for an objective, such as to acquire, produce, accomplish, or maintain a good or service. The context for this one is the low-level labor costs. All right. Any questions about those?
I want to ask, or just check in with you on one. When she says here, they have generous redundancy payments. What is that usually implying from a managerial point of view that you should do if it's a redundancy payment?
Which line was that on? So I can get some context.
104.
Redundancy payments. Most of the existing jobs in Europe would be made redundant, as most of them will be.
Is like the word redundant? Like
Well,
it should be paid without even.
It is, and they've talked about some machinists.
So it's like unnecessarily paying for it, that they have something.
Well, it
that's
says
also
most of the existing jobs would be made redundant, meaning that they would pretty
Use
much
overlap.
let people go. So people would be laid off, and so then a redundancy payment would be like severance pay, which is where you get paid to leave your position. And notice that it does say generous redundancy payments largely funded by the employer, and they would be significant in the short term. And we see that here. We've seen that here in the Valley and some of our manufacturing plants that have shut down. They can't afford to keep you on, so we say we're going to lay you off, but we will pay you severance pay. And a lot of times those packages are actually in the employee's best interest. So make sure that you're keeping that in your mind. Good?
All right. So now the questions. I just wrote them up here, but did you get it?
I did it. Do you have an extra?
Yeah, Bridget, did you give?
You just want mine?
No.
Is there
You have two.
extras?
Yeah.
You look fine, don't you?
I have one and a
I
half.
put, I just outlined
Oh.
how I'd go about answering it, but if you just want to take like a minute to look over it and then see if you have anything extra.
No.